Come on, gang. This doesn't seem too settling. I mean, just let's take a look at this. The human species that shouldn't exist. What do you mean? There's only one species on this planet of a human, right? Let's get right into the video, bro. Not even 1 second into the video, bro. Wait, so who the hell discovered it 2 million years ago? 2.8. Come on, gang. How do they know it was that long ago? They just be making shit up, bro. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait. Yo, so like if you have this kind of beard, like then does that mean like you have like what is it called? You're one of these? I don't know, gang. Wow. We were really like this back then? Look at this nigga digging in the cave. Come on, bro. Why? You don't have to go into caves and risk your life. Can bro even breathe? Oh my gosh. So they have. We were literally like these humans back in the day. Wow. Come on, gang. So we wasn't whooping shit back in the day? Come on, gang. This is we already starting off wrong. Were we like super strong for our height? 4 foot? Oh my goodness, no. Nick, bro, do you know how big tigers and bugs were back then? Little insects were probably 2 feet. You get stung by a wasp back in the day, you're dead. This height. And how much you, bro, come on, gang. Let's be for real, bro. Think about it. These short, all right, I want to see how these humans like survived. Bro, buffalo were bigger than us back in the day. Bro, is that a pelican? These guys could literally take us off one by one. Oh my gosh. Smaller. Okay. Nah. Low key, that's kind of cool. Just a whole bunch of humans high up in a tree. And we're little, so like, we can maneuver, you know. That's pretty hey, that's pretty chill. I don't think I'd mind being that short back in the day. With everybody being short, yeah, I don't mind. Wait a minute. So how do they run? Like if they're getting chased by some kind of prey, will they just like get on all fours like a dog? Nigga, how did we run back in the day? Like how did we take off running? Cuz he's bringing that up as evidence saying that we could walk upright back in the day as the early humans that we were. But walking, how do they run? I'm just curious. This you would never you would never know. So y'all sitting here right now and telling me these is not all sets of human teeth? Man, get out my stupid ass little boy. Yo, you cannot tell me these are not, well, the jaw, this right here, what is this? Nah, you can't tell me these ain't human teeth. I mean, he's kind of describing us as like monkeys, but like humans, but like monkeys at the same time, kind of ish. I mean, he's talking about early humans and trees. Come on, gang, you have to put two and two together. But yeah, That boy got cavities. God damn. Yo, this was bad back then. Wait a minute, we ate dirt? Come on, gang. Mm. I'm guessing there's no more. I mean, you have monkeys, but like, they're not. I don't see monkeys getting any closer to evolving. I mean, they're just kind of monkeys. You see a monkey, it swing on trees. Okay, you give it a fruit. Okay, you take pictures with them. Okay, it's trained to do this. You can all kind of things. But like back early in the day, I think these are all gone. They got to be right. Mm. Did we get bit by mosquitoes back in the day? How were the mosquitoes like? I mean, I know we were like this back then, very long ago, but how were the like? Come on, gang. Bro. Were there mosquitoes back then? There had to have been, cause where do they come from now? Yeah, I need to know about that. I ain't gonna lie. This just looks like a man who hasn't had a shower or a haircut. What if they were? Oh man, nah. I feel like we were so dumb. Nah. So there's just a bunch of older human bones in this cave in this tight area. See, this is why you don't go cave diving. They probably got stuck in there, called for help. They tried to get in, rescue, Tried to get out. It didn't work. They're all stuck. Come on, gang. So these are all the bones? Like there's none in the surrounding area, maybe outside of this cave? Come on, gang. That is yo. Let me watch my ooh boy. Yeah, that's not very fast. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mm-mm. Okay, extinct. How is he letting them do that to him? Is he already dead? Like yeah, that makes sense. Something like that could happen because when you are too cold, you do get sick. Yeah, this makes sense. Damn, it wasn't fair back in the day. Yo, nature is so harsh. Hey, bro, nah, he trying to be like me. Yo, stupid out little boy. Oh, Evans, no. Where is this at? Wait a minute. You get stressed in doo-doo? That's a thing? I'm sorry. What? Dog. Dog. They was trying to get away from the cold weather and died because they were hungry and couldn't go out. Oh yeah. See, that's what I said. The weather. I'm on to something, y'all. Mm. Mm. Damn! Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this epic reaction, but I don't know what to think of this. you know, when I was first watching it, I'm just like, these look a lot like monkeys. And what? Hey, yo. All right, listen, gang. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. If you're not already subscribed,